Vigets, hey, what's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome back. Hope y'all are doing well. Milan versus PSG. I didn't get to watch. No, sorry, I did get to watch the first game, the home game, PSG in Paris, PSG versus Milan, and I guess I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't feel, I didn't feel up to it to making that video. But this second half, when I saw PSG play, reminded me of the first half where they were non-existent. They didn't play a good game in that first game, in the home game. The first leg. Mbappe was a no-show. I know he scored. I think it was in the second or in the first. I think he scored in the first half, but he didn't have a good game. And yet everybody was celebrating because obviously they won, but everybody was just talking him up as if he had a good game. He didn't have a good game. PSG did not have a good game, and that could have also have been a win, a victory for Milan. Obviously they're playing at home this time around, the return leg. So they did have a better game, a much better game than PSG did when, again, I didn't think PSG had a good game the first leg, but Milan had a great game, especially in the second half. And yeah, the second half, they just completely annihilated, they blotted out PSG completely. Maybe in the first couple of minutes, PSG did seem, but when Giroud scored that second goal, I mean, that was it, lights out, go home PSG. Mbappe, right? Mbappe didn't have a good game, and I don't think it's because that double man marking or Milan did something exquisite, something different. I think it's because he just wasn't inspired. He's kind of, I'm realizing for me, he's kind of that kind of player that needs to be inspired to be able to play, and he just wasn't having it. And I think if he was inspired, any time of day, he would have been able to take on Tomori and Calabria, I think it was, that was double marking him, and Reiner sometimes was also dropping back to mark him. Any time of the day, you best believe it. He can take on 2-3 people easily, but he just wasn't feeling it. He just wasn't inspired again. That's the kind. I think Mbappe is a really good player. I don't think he's a great player. Having won World Cup and everything, maybe he's going to win another World Cup at some point. He still has a long time to play. But he did not have. There were 3 opportunities. I think it was the first one that Dembele gives him a ball from the right flank, and this guy just before, I don't know how to explain it. Like, he's already leaning back to be able to shoot the ball, as if somebody was pulling him back. He had enough time, and nobody was on him because people respect him. People don't even touch him. People just look at him because you never know what he's gonna do, right? Most of the time, not in this game. And he takes this very casual shot, as if to say, as if it was the 90th minute and he was just, exhausted, tired out, gassed out. Really, really poor shot. Really very announced, very predictable shot. Could have done better. Could have done a lot better. And then the other one was the weird, I think it was again Dembele. Somebody passed him the ball from, or it was a center maybe. And I don't know what he was trying to do. I think he was just trying to let the ball roll, and maybe the ball was going to go too fast for Mike Maignan to get to the ball, which he did. I think he could have dragged it, Mbappe, and he could, obviously with the speed, he would have ended up beating Mike Maignan and his defender. And I don't know what he was thinking. Or he could have taken the shot. He could have placed it right before he was thinking of letting the ball go through, and it didn't go through. He could have taken that shot, and that would have been his favorite little lean back position and the first post. And weirdly enough, he didn't do that. That was so strange. Both those shots were very complacent. And then the third one was Dembele. I remember, really good pass by Dembele. And again, he could have dragged it, taken Maignan, taken it away from Maignan, and he would have been left by himself with the speed, and nobody else was near him. I think it was Tomori that was following him. And what does he do? He swings and misses the ball. I think he kind of scuffed it a little bit with the side of his foot. Again, just wasn't having a good night. It was not a good night for Mbappe. So definitely, PSG had a good number of chances to be able to be up on top, to be able to win this game. Honestly, to be able to win this game, they gave Milan everything they needed to be able to come back and have the game that they ended up playing. Loftus-Cheek had in the beginning. That's not to say that Milan didn't have opportunities, because that first half was full of opportunities. Like the first 15-20 minutes, it was just back and forth. And one of the first opportunities for Milan was Loftus-Cheek, center, just like the one that Mbappe got from Dembele, and I guess he's not lefty, and ends up kicking it overhead. So yeah, really good game by Loftus-Cheek. By the way, I gotta before in case I forget, Loftus-Cheek, man, just those runs that he makes. He was it was almost like he was playing against someone from the U17 when he was taking on Ugarte and anybody else, Marquinhos. Who else was it that couldn't stop him? Trying to stop him, mostly Ugarte. I think twice he tried to stop Loftus-Cheek and he wasn't able to at all. It looked like like I don't know, like the women playing against the U15. It was just like embarrassingly bad. Really good runs by Loftus-Cheek. Really good play. And then Leao again, another one with the good runs. Got to score his goal and also had a good number of opportunities to be able to score. Giroud, he's not my kind of player. I never thought Giroud's a really good player. He kind of reminds me of Inzaghi from Milan, actually. Just zero technique, but that header, that was all technique. That was hot. That was fire. That was hot. That goal that he scored with the header. Yeah, it was so powerful. It was perfect. It was perfect. Like I said, Lau had a really good game. Teo Hernandez also. He's another one that I really, really enjoy seeing him play. Very, very skillful. Knows when when to cut in, when to center. That beautiful center from him that came off of the center for Giroud. I think he had a really good game. He had a really good another free kick. And right before that free kick, Pulisic. I don't want to leave out Pulisic because I feel that Pulisic is... It's sad to say he's like the only American. He's playing Champions League. He's a starter for Milan. But I feel that he's the wrong person to hold that, to hold that flag. As an American playing in Champions League, representing the U.S., he's not because of the talent. I think he's talented enough to be able to play a Champions League. I think he merits being a starter for AC Milan, for this AC Milan at least. But man, does he lack confidence? He doesn't have that, that flair that Leao has. Leao has too much flair to the point that he's too complacent. I think he's too lazy, and it shows. I don't know what he's like in training, but it's like he could care less, and I don't. You could see that I don't like that. I don't like that about Leao. This is the first time I've seen him actually play up to that standard that every YouTube video before I was watching football again would show. I think he had like 3 months of just amazing plays, and he was on top of the on top of the world at that point. I don't know, it was like a year ago or something. And I feel like he needs some of that same charisma and panache that Teo Hernandez has. When he's walking, when he's taking, you could just tell the confidence that's overflowing. Like they feel that they know they belong in this team, in this league, in this tournament. Pulisic doesn't. He's stopping the play right before the one that Teo Hernandez ends up shooting. Really good shot and really good block by Donnarumma. And it just keep playing it, dude. There's no reason. He's like, please stop it. Yeah, it was a foul on Loftus-Cheek, but dude, you keep playing. You have someone like Leao on your left side. You have someone like Giroud, not my kind of player, but still someone that can score goals, right? He's a goal scorer, a really good goal scorer. And you're stopping the play. I get that if the foul was close to the box, and it wasn't that close to the box. It just so happens that Teo Hernandez actually had a good shot, but that's it. That's it. Like, you can't gamble on that. So I don't like that. Like, he had an opportunity. Somebody, I don't know if it was Leao, somebody gave him a really good over the head ball, and he ends up controlling it to some degree. Hakimi was following him, and he couldn't get his he couldn't really get his footing right to be able to swing the ball. That's fine. That that happens. But there's just this lack of confidence I see from this kid. He's the wrong person to be representing the U.S. in terms of this talent. Because I think he has the talent to be able to play. It's just that he's not showing. I think he could do better than what he did today. And I would say he was the lowest point, at least attacking wise, for Milan. He was the lowest one. The weakest link, if you wanna call it. Defensively, I thought he did a really good job. Sucks that he got injured. I think he pulled his hamstring. So yeah, that's my gripe with Pulisic. Sorry. And Donnarumma had a really I don't like Donnarumma. I question every time PSG making that decision. I guess he was having a really good season for Milan, and he got a lot of hate when he stepped onto that field. A bunch of stuff that they threw at him, but he had a really good a good game. I think if it wasn't for him, Milan could have scored many more goals. And yeah, that's Ugarte, Vitinha didn't have the best of game. Dembele, I thought he was probably the best part of PSG the first half, just the first half, and then he kind of just like withered away. He just kind of disappeared the second half. Marquinhos also was another one that, oh man, poor Marquinhos. Yeah, it really showed his age. I don't know how old he is, but I'm sure he's one of the oldest ones there. And who else? Yeah, I think that's it. Really good game, really entertaining game. Very action packed. A lot of opportunities, a whole lot of opportunities for both teams to score. I think it could have been, like I said, at PSG's game, if Mbappe was inspired, because Mbappe just it wasn't his day. He wasn't illuminated. So yeah, but overall, hell of a good game, and surprisingly now it's Dortmund that's up on top. Newcastle, I can't believe Newcastle lost against Dortmund. That's strange after having beaten PSG. But again, I think this PSG team also is new. It takes a while for them. Kang Lee-in had a good couple of, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes that he played in. Almost scored a goal, hitting the first post, and that really, really good skill set from what's his name, from Kang Lee-in. I thought he was going to do that typical just like step over, and it wasn't going to go anywhere, but that step over plus the shoulder drop, and that was sweet. That was dope. That was dope. And then Barcola also came in. I think he made somewhat of an impact, but not enough to be able to obviously to equalize. And to think it was a 2-1, it almost feels like it was a 3-0 from Milan. The way the game ended up going. But yeah, anyways, yeah, that's it. That's all I can think of right now. Yeah. Anyways, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.